Think about how quickly, all of a sudden, something has become something from the olden days. We live in a period of time in which stuff is becoming stuff from the olden days before our very eyes. I was cleaning out my beer fridge one time back in about 1997, and I found this little 35 millimeter canister of film. And my son came down to the office, and he said, "What's that, Daddy?" By that point in time, I already had a digital camera. And I said, "Well, Thomas, that's film." And he goes, "No, it's not." Because in his mind's eye, a camera was something you plug into the computer to see the picture. I said, "No, it's a camera." I said, "Stand there. I'll show you how I spool the film in. Stand there, I'll take a picture of you." He stood there, I took a picture. What do you think he did? He ran around to the back of the camera to see the picture right away. I said, "Thomas, it doesn't work like that." I said, "Look, we got to take 23 more pictures. Then we got to drive it down to the man at the store. We'll have an ice cream while we wait for him to make the pictures." And he goes, "That's really dumb, Dad." And he goes walking out of the office. His older brother is there, and he said, "What were you doing with Dad?" And he said, as clear as day, he said, "Dad was showing me something from the olden days." Click. That resonated with me. A couple of days later, I get up one Saturday morning, my son's on the couch. It's cartoon time, right? Saturday morning's cartoon time. You let the kids watch cartoon, they can veg out. Well, he's sitting there, he's in a really grumpy mood. I said, "Willie, what's wrong?" He said, "There's no data, Daddy." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "There's no data." And he said, "Look," and he took the electronic TV controller, he pointed it at the TV, and the electronic program guide, it shows you every single box, what is on every single channel. All those boxes read no data. There must have been a problem with the cable system. It didn't download the program schedule. He did not know what to do to find a show to watch. So I went to the front door, I got the Saturday morning paper, I got the TV guide out, and I said, "Look, let me show you how it is, it worked in the olden days." And I ended up writing this article, 10 things my kids think are from the olden days. I'm driving along in my Jeep one day, and Thomas says from that back seat, "Daddy, why do you drive with that joystick?" Think about it. They live in an entirely different world. And how quickly is the tech that we are putting in our vehicles going to become something from the olden days? What impact is that going to have on after-sale market values? Well, I think everybody in the room understands that there is transformative change going on. We've got only a very small percentage that think it will exist in just about the same form. Maybe this is the Canadians. I mean, they're not paying attention, right? The majority believe that it will have been fully and completely disrupted or be barely recognizable and maybe might not even be called transportation. We've heard the stories about Uber. That Uber wants to get into the business that we don't even need to buy a vehicle. We will simply use the vehicles that Uber owns or arranges services from. We have an entire generation of kids who are growing up in a world in which they do not believe that vehicle ownership is something that is absolutely necessary. And what do we do as an organization in the transportation and trucking sector to deal with this reality?